Cool.
How many young
Okay, we got buddy over here. But okay, now we tap back into the third world. It's cool. SA's culture of lust is why we can't build families anymore. So the culture of lust is why we can't build families. Right. Um
South African girls today say they don't want kids these days because kids are expensive? But don't mind spending a fortune on the best parties, the strongest alcohol, the highest lashes, the freshest beat on their faces every weekend just to impress a man who only likes her for her body. The math isn't mathing. The culture isn't culturing. The future isn't futuring. Because what we've built is a generation where lust is love, hookups are healing, and respect is outdated. They say
now fuck with what you talking, what you on, my boy, but it's like, yo, the one issue I got is that little word that you used there, that we. I'm saying we like to we have built a no wait, who's we, my boy? You feel me? Like I feel like yeah, like you know what I'm saying. We all like are out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever is going on, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but then at the end of the day, dog, it's like I teach you obviously we wish shit could be different. So when is and I look, bro, if you like confused, I'm talking about, you know, each generation has this thing where it's like, no, you know, we were born here, we this is our thing, this is what we inherit as a result. So obviously we have to take responsibility because even, you know what I'm saying, like the change and the transformation has to like start with us, blah blah blah. But we every time, like we, bro, there's literally people who are sensible enough to especially those who are not contributors of the shit, you know what I'm saying, on some shit though. It's like, yeah, non-participation on some level is a sort of like a decision, a statement that you're making, but not perpetuating the problem, you know what I'm saying, or at least making an effort to not perpetuate the problem, bro. It's like at that point I feel like exclude us from the we, my brother, you feel me?
kids are too expensive, but they'll spend 700 rand on a lace front, 1,200 on tequila for the girls, and another.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, man, on top of that is the fact that abo we back on, it has to be abazalwa, which you come on. It has to be their parents, it has to be their caregivers, bro. Cause even to this day, dog, it's like, cause it's the whole thing of, even, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to participate in the dating market and shit like that, the sexual marketplace. I think, okay, depending on how you want to see it, but it's like you want to participate there, but then when you get there, there's responsibility that you have to take for a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, where like unnecessary responsibility taking type shit, where it's like it's maybe past experiences, traumas, abo, this isn't job, like anxieties, just fucked up degenerate patterns like within, even psychologically, I'm sorry, that just like creep in terms of like us kicking it, relationship, blah blah blah. Yes, there's things that can come up as a, you know, as a result of the fact that I'm with you now, and you know what I'm saying, the friction that just comes within that. But I'm talking about baggage, bro, dog. I'm talking about the baggage that happens, because the dating thing is just one example. So you talking about, you know what I'm saying, the lusts, the yeah marayo man, lucholo gantin. It's lust, bro, and it's feeding that monster. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like now you gotta take responsibility of a motherfucker that's degenerate at that level. You feel me? So responsibility of their caregivers, true, and stuff like that.
500
Even like the whole thing of like ladies that expect the money. I don't know. Do ladies even expect money these days? I'm from the allowance. Is that even a thing nowadays? Nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like people have to be like open enough to know if they do. That's a responsibility of umzali wakho. Umzali wakho. Maybe you still stay with umzali wakho. If not, you know what I'm saying, you're a grinder, not a gooner. You feel me? You build your own bag. You know what I'm saying. Then it's like, what the fuck are we talking about bags for? So now we literally have to come up with another reason to come together instead of this bag or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Abo malamba nila was you know what I'm saying? Like girlfriend allowancing it out. Like, oh fuck, bro, chill, bro.
On Uber just to go get used for the night by someone who will never even remember their surname. Meanwhile, your grandmother raised 5 kids off of 2.
Easy, okay? That's how you gotta talk about it, nigga. Put that thing on their grannies, dog.
Meanwhile, your grandmother raised 5 kids off of 2 rand coins, chicken and prayer. But now we've got people in Santon flats with air fryers and ring lights living in emotional debt, generational amnesia and spiritual bankruptcy. We are a nation where sexual freedom is marketed as power, but the result has been fatherless homes, motherless values, and godless decision making. We are not fighting patriarchy anymore, we are fighting common sense. Your mother begged for love. Now this generation sells it for validation. Now a young girl will
The previous generation or older generation, earlier generations used to beg for love. Now they sell it. Is it love that they sell it? And then I feel like, let me just quickly make one thing clear. I've said this before. Love in the way that it is perceived these days, and in the way that it is just displayed, dog, or covered or whatever. These days, love is like this love thing of the modern day. It's a mental illness, dog. Facts. Because that shit, bro, that shit has nothing to do with probably loving someone for just the sake of loving them, caring about them, you know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of caring them. Everything is transactional. We need another name for this shit. It's not love. Or if we say, okay, it's love, let's agree that love is like literally not what it used to be. Let's put another meaning to it. Love is the transactional version of, you know what I'm saying? Basically, love is prostitution. You know what I'm saying? In some way. I'm not talking about the physical prostitution. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Selling yourself, like, just for, you know what I'm saying? That monetary, that capital. You feel me? And then covering it up on some, no, it was a genuine thing. Then love must be some twisted ass thing nowadays. Right? So something has to change about that whole concept over there. It's a mental illness, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying, yo, let's be real about the fact that we only get involved with one another to trauma bond. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to trauma farm. Trauma farming is crazy. You know what I'm saying? To get our psychological wounds licked. Emotional scarrings licked. You know what I'm saying? By somebody that's not us. Because you probably, number one, you don't know how to soothe yourself. You don't know how to heal yourself, in other words. Or you've never, you know what I'm saying, given yourself the chance to tap in to be able to do that. Learn how to do that, because that requires you to actually be by yourself. Get into some shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Izibhoko zakho zibhokele deck, obviously. But then, for you to realize, nah, it ain't no ghosts in here. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. And then once you tap into that, you can handle some shit. Bro, of course it's layered. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey. But hey, it's a whole string of things, bro. Feel me? It's a whole string of things that like be causing these things. You know what I'm saying? I digress, my bad, y'all.
Will post more skin than scripture and wonder why God feels far even though she misses all her Sundays. We are told, be free, do what feels good, own your body, be Bonnie Blue, sleep with 1,000 men in 24 hours, don't care. Temporary pleasure has permanent cost. That's what they didn't tell you. You cannot chase lust and build legacy at the same time. Because we are now the Tinder generation, where love is swiped left, where children are postponed, where family is too much admin, but the party is always on time. Because we just always gotta make it to the groove. You'll wake up in your 30s with your 20s a blur, a relationship in ruins, and the only commitment you ever made was nothing but a hair appointment and a snap streak. And men aren't even off the hook either. Because we've got a generation of men who are addicted to pornography, paralyzed by pleasure, and allergic to responsibility. They will chase 5 women, but cannot chase one dream that they have in their head. They will ghost the woman who wants to build a family with them, but double tap the one who's half naked, has slept with God knows how many men, and is broken inside. We are raising boys who will never become.
Hey, nang Louis Wako food. But then again, it's like, yo, think about it, bro. That's the logic that we're building in today's like kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, now me that weed. Y'all wanna Louis Wako? Your weed is contagious, dog. Stop using the weed, dog. Stop using the weed, bruh. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's not weed, bro. But check it out, though. This is the logic that's being built in today's. This is the kind of mental, you know what I'm saying, perception of things that's being developed in today's generation of like kids, bro. So I think that's where the thing has to just like be inserted. You know what I'm saying? This whole, I don't know, is it solution? Is it just like kicking ideas, brainstorming? But whatever you're talking about, that's where it's supposed to be applied, dog.
Listen, I'm not here to shame you. This is not about shame. This is about truth. It's about waking up before you're 39 years old and wondering why no one loves you beyond your looks. Wondering why no one texts you unless you're offering your body. Wondering why you gave everything away for attention but got
So basically, develop new logic. Throw that out the way. But how the fuck do you do that?
absolutely
Good
nothing
question.
in return but memories of nights you cannot even remember. They told you to be sexually free, but you became emotionally imprisoned in the process. They told you kids are a burden, don't have kids. But now you wish you had someone to come home to. They told you men are trash, don't date men, but forgot to tell you you were throwing away the good ones too. But you know what's even worse? The world today doesn't even want you to have a family. They don't want you to get married.
Why?
They don't want you building anything that lasts. They don't want you celebrating anniversaries with your partner.
But why?
They want you cut off.
Why they say
Because
fuck me for?
with a legacy, with morals, with a dream to raise children who think for themselves, you are a threat to the system if you do that. So no, they'd rather you'd stay single, sterilized, focused, vaccinated, bitter, broken, consuming garbage and contributing nothing. They want you addicted to dopamine. They want your kids watching Cocomelon. They want you drunk off pleasure, scrolling endlessly, sleeping around, buying things you don't need, screaming freedom while being a slave to the system. They don't want you fruitful. I think you know that by now. They just want you to be as useless as you possibly can. They want you to be a
And I ain't gonna lie, especially that consumerism mindset, dog. Where it's like, yo, buy everything, da da da, you know what I'm saying? Get as much as you can. And the whole propaganda behind, you know what I'm saying, filling people's minds up with just like the mindset of like the less you have, the more FOMO you're gonna experience, bro. So you better go get it, go get it, go get it. Black Friday this, Black Friday that, everything cheaper, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But then look at this. At the same time, they need you to be in debt for you to be able to play that game at the highest level. So with shit like big loans that you want to do, big, you know what I'm saying, you got to build a credit score. And what is the credit system? You gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta enslave yourself in order for you to be seen as valuable by the system that is enslaving you, right? In a way, like, understand, you know, oh bro, come on, cookie.
Our youth today, the celebrities, right? The loudmouths, the trendsetters, the flashy cars, and the weekend club hoppers. These are not leaders, they are influencers infecting the minds of young South Africans with degenerate trash.
For real?
Influencers. I call them mushrooms.
Big and mushroom, nigga, let go.
Mine is empowerment. You call that an influencer? Telling young boys that scamming is hustling, scamming Forex people online, glamorizing sugar daddies and OnlyFans is the only path to success. There is a young girl in South Africa today who is willing to open an OnlyFans account over having a child because she has been convinced that that is her key to freedom.
Facts.
I'm sorry,
Why?
but morality does not trend on TikTok. Instead, the heroes of our youth are the ones who blow their money on bottles, brand names, and then hop on Instagram with captions like "grind doesn't stop." Meanwhile, they're pawning their soul for attention. They are giving up who.
Bro, my brother, that's why though I said though, that needs a fucking wise mind to spot things like this, right? A wise mind, and whose responsibility is to teach a kid to be wise, bro? Is it they friends? I'm saying, is it their girlfriend, boyfriends? Oh, stay caregivers, bro. If the shit failed there, dog, it's over with, bro. It's a damaged ship. All that needs to happen is just damage control at this point. That motherfucker needs to be let known where shit went wrong, and it's their responsibility, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Even though the damage wasn't theirs, but the responsibility is theirs to make sure that they good. You know what I'm saying? So whose responsibility is it, bro? You know what I'm saying? But maybe you are targeting those people, bro. Maybe I'm just speaking out of pocket. My bad.
South Africa's future doesn't just look grim,
Okay.
it looks hollow.
Nice.
Because a nation with no family values is a nation with no future. And the people raised by TikTok will die with no roots. The celebrities, they don't give a flying ham sandwich about you. Because they are not role models, they are distractions who make money off of you watching their videos. And distractions cannot raise a generation, only truth can. You think this is a coincidence? That everything in media, music, education, and law says don't settle down with a family, just live your best life, live life to its fullest because life is short. Don't have kids, the world is overpopulated, don't build any.
We listen and we don't judge, buddy.
It's not a trend, it's an agenda. Because the truth is they want you to die off. They want you to be forgotten. They want you to be as a...
Wait, how do we know this though? You know what I'm saying? Wait. I ain't got the memo. They want us to die. Alright, cool, nigga, pull it up. What's the stats? Like, what's the, you know what I'm saying? What's the report, nigga? Where they say that shit? Like, yeah, I want them to die. Alright, my bad. Let me not do that.
relevant as possible to leave nothing.
No, cause he on something. He on something. You know what I'm saying? He on something. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been hearing that so much. It's damn near almost a conspiracy theory. It's a theory. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because look, bro, everything starts off with the best of intentions. Look at the Bible. The Bible started off, you know what I'm saying, with guiding people, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying, guided by the Holy Spirit, all that kind of shit. You think people back then, when they were writing, you know what I'm saying, the Holy Scriptures, blah, blah, blah. I gotta stop saying blah, blah, blah. My bad, y'all. So, what neighbors that time was keeping a report of things, you know, what Jesus was doing, all of that, and then when all of that came together, you think they brought it together to be like, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's psychologically, you know, take control of them, and you know, with these narratives that we have put together, and hell, you know, lead them to believe that there is this big man in the sky who's God, and everybody goes there either to him or to hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some mind control tip? No. Everybody did that shit on some, like, yo, we relate with, like, the stories that happen, blah, blah, blah. My bad, y'all. But we relate to the stories. I also have these visions, this, that, and the third. Oh, you also do that? Oh, my God. You, what's your problem? No, me, I'm saying I was healed miraculously. So they probably put all these experiences together. They're like, no, something is surely at work here. Right? Because you got to think about it. Medical advancements, you know what I'm saying, they were not as how they are right now. So for a neighbor to really just heal off of some, you know, and like, let's say maybe even big ass diseases like leprosy and things like that, blindness, I'm pretty sure, like, look, say whatever you want to say, you know what I'm saying, I may be tripping, I be frying up, I ain't gonna lie, but I really feel like those people there, it was on some miraculous tip, but it was because of their own human nature type of magic, right? Where they discovered the power and the magic and the miraculous nature of the human body, bro. Because, you know, every human body has this. Every human being has this. Not just body. It can be psychological. It can be mental, emotional, blah blah blah. But everybody has a miraculous gift within their own just chemistry, their own makeup, their own human being natureness, right? But then get this, not everybody's gift is the same. So probably niggas that would like heal off of like big diseases like cancer, AIDS, blah blah. Okay, I don't even think the diagnoses, like the terms, you know what I'm saying, that are used today to diagnose these things, I don't think those terms even existed back then. So these niggas would go through it, but then others would die, right? And then those that would actually heal off of this disease that kills people, they'd be like, damn, I healed. What is this? and it would be a mystery, right? And then probably in another part of the world, the same thing happens. Maybe not even the world, but the same region, the same like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Land. Yeah. And then maybe another part, bro. Somebody heals off of something else, and then maybe, bro, you know what I'm saying? They keep records of these things, and people who like would bump into these records that were kept, they collect these things, and they see the similarities, common denominators. Oh damn, these people, you know what I'm saying? And then they were like, surely there was a higher power that was at work, because these are the testimonies of people that healed from like life-threatening illnesses. Whoa, it must be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one example. The miracles of health and healing is just one example. It could be a whole bunch of things, right? Other people probably come back from the dead. But maybe, you know what I'm saying? It was simply a fact of this nigga didn't, you know, he was just in a coma. But that back then, as I said, back then, the terminologies, this, you know, medical advancements of understanding these terms, they were not there. So somebody could literally be in a coma. They'd bury that motherfucker. That nigga 2 days later, he wakes up and it's a miracle. But you know, I'm just breaking down how they might have been thinking back at that time. So that's another example. So now imagine these stories, they happen all over, and then now when they put together on the testimonies that were collected, and then like a certain theme was caught. This theme was like the miraculous healings of something. You know what I'm saying? That was the theme. And then they like, I think that's where the concept of a higher power, that's where it was born. It must be God. It must be da 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 da. And then from that, it's like a nigga who was ballsy enough to be like, yo, I know this higher power y'all talking about, and I'm the way to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we just, you know what I'm saying? I'm also building my own conspiracy theory. Look, conspiracy theories are good because they can help you challenge some things on some tip, theoretically. But let me not make this one too much of a yab session. But maybe that's how things went down. And then all these concepts, because the concept part of the Jesus story, I feel like that's how it might have been, like theoretically, conceptually. But then, you know, there's also the real life theories that he really was and blah blah blah. But then that one comes with a whole lot of political, this way, that way, a whole lot of racial, this way, that way, a whole lot of, you know, religious, this way, that way, political, this way, that way. It's just, that one is too layered. You know what I'm saying? I was just covering this. So, you know what I'm saying? I kind of forgot the point.
Behind to be just another number, a product of pleasure and pain with nothing to show for your time on this earth.
Damn.
Stop letting society dissolve your future.
Damn.
You were made for more than one night stands. You were made for more than empty bank accounts. You were made for more than a hollow life. You were made to build. You were made to protect, to lead, to provide, to raise, to guide, to bless. You were made to be a father. You were made to be a mother. And the system is terrified of that. They are terrified of an independent young individual. So no, kids are not too expensive. Not having them might just be the most expensive mistake of your life.
How, buddy?
Here's the truth. If they hate legacy this much...
Now, I'm just devil's advocate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? You're better off getting perspectives from all sides. Even from the devil's sides. Facts.
If they hate family this much, if they hate children this much, then family must be powerful, don't you think? Which means who's powerful? Marry the right person. Raise strong children. Protect your values. Protect your seed. Because
that shit is boring, dog. Come on, bro. There's no entertainment, right? And when there's no entertainment, there's no eyeballs for you to capitalize off. I'm a bad. I'm just trolling. Your day, buddy. Nah, I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Write your own.
I hear you.
The moment you think you've made it is the beginning of the end. Go back to truth. Go back to legacy. Go back to purpose over pleasure. Love isn't fast. Legacy isn't found in a club. And real power isn't being...
I ain't gonna lie, homeboy is giving me real wise vibes.
So to every young South African watching this, you have been
lied. You know what I'm saying? That's very good.
They gave you freedom,
he looks young.
but they never gave you the fulfillment.
looks young, he looks
Because
17.
freedom doesn't
But like,
come
you know what I'm
with
saying,
that.
he be like
Reclaim
spit,
your
he be cooking.
standards, reclaim your values, guys.
I ain't gonna lie.
Reclaim your worth, because lust will cost you your legacy.
It will, you know what I'm saying? So with all this, you know what I'm saying, check out the titles. We Lost, Pathetic, This You. You know what I'm saying? And he be cooking it like really regularly too. You know what I'm saying? So yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'll say this though. That's a W. That's a W. That's a W. Loner, dog. That's W loner vibes. W loner. Somebody who can take his you know what I'm saying, a form of just like lonerdom, introversion. My bad. I think, right, and just make it productive, bro. This nigga is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like obviously that gives you time to like read up on things, research things, and come out and give the people, you know what I'm saying, some shit that they can be aware of, where it can really change society, impact them, and give them some gems. Kind of change the world, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Way to go, you type shit. But this is good, bro. You feel me? What? Sema. That's her name, right? The Sema Sambit. Shout out. Shout out. Now, back to Awad shit.